In this tutorial, I will explain how to use in RadarOpus 4 symptom clipboards if you want to use the Dr. Veneeth Sidharthan's 4-grade symptom classification. So I will explain the following topics: how you can switch on several clipboards, how you can change the clipboard names, how you can take symptoms with drag and drop, well, everybody will know that. How you can take symptoms with the take button, with the sub menu of that take button, and how you can take it with the keyboard, and that will work much faster. So then a few other things about using the clipboards, so how to move symptoms between clipboards. Okay, let's switch to RadarOpus. So here in RadarOpus I have the synthesis Adonis, and when you have the updated database you can find here the view of Dr. Veneeth Sidharthan. And this view will remove most of the newly poorly proven remedies. So I have here at the left one symptom clipboard. Now it depends on your package how many symptom clipboards you can switch on. So I do here right mouse click, more clipboards, and I've added one more. So let me do that so that I have in total 4 symptom clipboards. So if I click here on a clipboard, you see here the clipboard name. Now I can change this clipboard name with a right mouse click and then select change clipboard name. I can also do that here with a right mouse click on one of the clipboards. So I click on change clipboard name, and then for the first one I will call it grade 4, and this is the super grade, and I need to check on this box to have this name changed permanently. So I will do that for the other 3 symptom clipboards also, according to these 4 grades. So according here to the super grade, high grade, medium grade, and normal grade. So I've renamed all the clipboards, and if I use on Windows Control click and on Mac Command click, I can switch on all the clipboards. So here you see clipboard number 1, I call the grade 4 super grade. The next one is high grade, medium grade, and normal grade. Okay, let's take some symptoms. So if the hand is pointing to one of the symptoms, I can drag and drop such a rubric. So you know this of course, and I can let it go on one of the clipboards. Okay. So I place my hand in front of another clipboard. I just randomly take a few symptoms. So I can use this button also. This is the main take button, and when I click on it, it will be taken into the default clipboard, and the default clipboard you can see with this check mark. And you can switch the default clipboard by holding down on the keyboard the Alt key and then click on it. So if I do an Alt click, so here I do the last one, the 4th one, Alt click. If now this hand is in front of this symptom, and if I take, it is added here into this clipboard. If I do a right mouse click, you can also see here set as default. It's an Alt click. So let me place my hand indicator in front of another rubric, and that's just to avoid that I take 2 times the same rubric. So here's also a sub button, and on Mac the dividing line is not so clearly visible, but here is a sub button, and here you can also take with intensity 1, 2, 3, and this indicates with the keyboard. It's on the keyboard you can press a +1, +2, +3, +4, and that adds an extra intensity. But Dr. Veneeth is very careful with adding additional intensity to rubrics. As far as I know, he seldom uses an additional intensity, so an intensity 2, and I'm not sure if he uses an intensity 3. Maybe very rarely. So here you can take with default options, or you can specify options. So if I click on this one, you can see I can select to which clipboard it should be taken. And yeah, here are some other options. But that goes too far for this tutorial, so let me cancel it. Let me reset the default clipboard here to the first clipboard. Now with the mouse, it is very quickly to add symptoms into one of the clipboards. So let me place the hand indicator in front of a new rubric. So on the keyboard, I press the plus key, and then I can indicate the intensity. So normally it will be a 1, but you do not need to type the 1. So you can type it or you can leave it, and on the keyboard just press enter, or here click on the take button. So I press enter on the keyboard and it is added into the default clipboard. Now let me put my hand in front of another rubric. So I do plus, and as I told you, you can type the 1 or leave it. But if you want an intensity 2, then you have to type it, of course. And of course you can also do intensity 3 or more, but that is rarely used. So I can type here intensity 1, and then I can indicate to which clipboard it should be added. So if I don't type anything else, it will be added to the default clipboard. Or I can type this character, and you should see that as if an arrow. So put it into, so let me put here clipboard 2, and I take, and you see it's added into this clipboard. So let me go to another rubric. So here I do it again on the keyboard. I say plus. I can type the 1, but I do not need to type it. And I say put it into clipboard, let's say 2. And I take it, and you see it's added again to this clipboard. So to repertorize, to analyze, you click here on this main button here, analyze, and it will use all the symptom clipboards in which there are symptoms. But if you only want to use a combination, so if you only want to use the grade 1, 2, or maybe the 1, 2, and 3, on Windows you hold down the Control key, and on Mac you hold down the Command key, and you click on the clipboards you want to turn on or off. So I can click here again, and the third clipboard is off. If I click again, so Control click on Windows and Command click on Mac, and this one is on again. So now I only have the super grade, high grade, and medium grade. And as you know, Dr. Veneeth, he uses the 4th grade, the normal common symptoms, preferably only at the end when you want to differentiate the remedies. Now there's another trick. If you want to see if remedies cover a certain symptom, but you do not want to have it any effect on the analysis, you can give it the symptom intensity 0. So I first click on the symptom, and then on the keyboard I press the 0. So the intensity is now 0, so it has no effect on the score, but you can still see, yes, Nux vomica covers this symptom. And of course, what I already said, you can switch also such a clipboard completely off. So this is a very nice tool to see at the end in your analysis the remedies which cover the most important symptoms. So the scoring remedies should cover at least always, if you have a super grade symptom, it should cover the super grade symptoms and the high grade symptoms, and possibly also the medium grade symptoms. But the normal grade symptoms here, the normal common symptoms, are not so important if we are speaking about a chronic case. So let's say you took a symptom in a wrong clipboard. How to move it? You first have to click on it, and then you can select it and move it to another symptom clipboard. So I do it, I drag and drop it, and you see it's moved now to the third symptom clipboard. I can do also in one go 2 or more rubrics. So I click here with Control click, and on Mac that's Command click. So I have now here 2 symptoms selected. Then I let go of my Control key or my Command key, and then I can drag it to a different clipboard. So I do that here. Now I have here 3 in this one. Let me switch them all on again. So you see I have now 3 in the last symptom clipboard. And as I said before, a nice trick also is to give them an intensity 0. So I gave them an intensity 0. Then you can have the clipboards shown, but the common symptoms have no influence on the score. So let me switch back to the schema. So here the super great symptoms. You can listen to a lecture of Dr. Veneeth, and he will explain that these are, for example, strong delusions, but non-schizophrenic, and these are a few special symptoms which indicate the nature of the person. So like sympathetic, a cruel mind, etc. And the third mark, the third grade symptoms, these are like emotional symptoms like censorious, grief, many never well symptoms. And then the medium grade, these are the physical generals. You can learn in his lecture also that, for example, menses symptoms fall under that, and some food and drink symptoms. So the last one, the normal grade, are the common symptoms. So what is also called in homeopathy the particulars. So the symptoms that refer to local symptoms. Okay, I hope this was clear.